feel about it?
This was like a general, extremely generalized overview.
Yes.
It's not particularly helpful to talk about the generalized overview because it's general.
Okay, is there a specific thing you want to talk about?
There was not help. This wasn't helpful to me. There are specifics, and the specifics are
Speak
important.
to one. You get to speak to one specific thing. What is it?
Well, two things. One specifically, you are important. Two specifically. I don't really know or remember the exact things that my teachers in my old primary school did that made me feel so horrible about myself. I don't know what happened there. But I do know that it made me feel horrible, and I don't like it, and it hurt. I feel like there's a big chunk of my brain that's just missing because I can't recall it. And I feel as though it's important to be able to process what happened, because it was really painful to believe for a long time that I was just a horrible, broken person.
That's sad. You're not broken.
I know that now.
You're not broken.
And I went from being a lot more bubbly and enthusiastic like Randolph to being a lot more stoic and a lot more sealed up. Like I built walls around myself. And I'm like, I know I built these walls, but I could only remember half of why these walls were built in the first place. I know that I had a bit of a rough childhood, and I know that I was bombarded by things on all sides, but the fact that those walls are there, it makes me sad. I don't feel as though I belong to any one group. And I think part of it is because I just felt rejected by the world.
Do you still feel rejected by the world?
Yes.
Do you feel rejected by us?
I don't feel rejected, but I don't feel part of any familial unit either.
It's strange because you don't feel close to us and we feel so close to you.
I feel close with individuals, but not with groups.
So you feel close to me as an individual, as your mom. You feel close to Sophie as a Sophie. But us as
I feel half close to Sophie. Let me speak to you more. I'm ready to speak to you more.
I got more work to do.
But you feel close to us individually, but not as a unit.
I don't feel units, and I feel like that's an important thing that I'm missing. I feel like there's a wall between me and everyone else, and it's not just because of autism.
But see, you're speaking of two different things. You said that you do feel close to certain people, so to people that you're close to, do you feel a wall there?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we can dismantle that wall. We have some work to do.
Mm-hmm.
We love you.
I know.
Sophie loves you.
I know. I know you since you were wee, though I think we're not supposed to be more since you were wee. I was a background character in your life.
Oh!
Aw, no you weren't.
Was I? I don't remember.
I used to do art with you.
I don't remember a lot what happened at primary school. A lot was happening at the time, and I just repressed with memories.
It's sad that you don't remember it.
I wish I did. I value remembering things. Like, I want to remember what happened, but I don't because I think I just thought it's so traumatic back in the day. You know? And not just with autism, everything that was happening at the time.
But Sophie, what do you remember about Michael in secondary school?
I don't know, I remember him being really, really bubbly and then bouncy, and no matter how many times the teachers told him to stop, he would just do it anyways because
he was a happy and like just joyful little kid. Actually, no.
They set me people to play with, I think, at some point. I think in like at lunch they actually set someone to play with me because I just did not. No one else. I don't know if they didn't want to or if. Am I doing something wrong? Why is no one else wanting to play with me? I just couldn't make that connection.
Let me shut this dog up. Come on, dog.
go, you're wet. Remove yourself.
You're like a tree and leaf.
Please keep them. We just barked it.
We're not always close by that. Please miss that, by the way. Look like a tree and leaf.
Make like a tree and leaf.
That is so corny.
Autism.
I'm ashamed of both of you. So Michael's stimming away, right?
Mhm.
How is it for you?
I didn't notice until you said it.
And why didn't you notice?
Because it's normal to me. I mean, my eyes track movement, so I've looked at him a couple times, but I never registered it until you said it.
I think it's so normal for you to be around autistic children.
Mm-hmm.
And your attitude towards them, towards the boys or anybody who has autism, is what normal should be.
Mm.
Which is why I wanted to feature you. And also because you're awesome and wonderful and we love you.
Thank you.
I'm
I love
cute.
too.
You are cute.
Aww.
You're very good, Sophie.
Thank you. You're adorable.
Is she also your emotional support, Sophie?
I don't think I get a choice.
I'm gonna get a vest. Watch.
I think.
I'm gonna embroider emotional
I think she
support,
just
so
she adopted me like how you adopted her. That's how this happened.
first time I walked in here and he was like, I don't trust you. And I was like, give me hugs. And then he was like, okay, now I trust you.
No, I made
It
sure
took a
you were
couple.
safe.
It took a couple times for me to come here for Michael to trust me.
I used to be very insecure about friendships.
I did it.
Why?
To make a long story short, people treated me differently because I was autistic. I already had a hard time connecting with people, so I couldn't make friends. And the people who I did try to make friends with, I said people, but the school was like, hey, talk about your kid over there. I could never hold on to this solid friendship. I thought it was all me. That's why I was suspicious of Sophie when she started coming here more often. Because I still had that notion in my head that something was just wrong with me.
Okay, that is sad.
Michael, I was wondering what support systems and things that teachers did help you through primary school.
I don't think any of the teachers did anything specific. But the SNAs were a massive help. They helped me to focus more, and they were an emotional support during primary school, which I appreciated.
So they were just more patient with you than the teachers were?
Yes. I had a new SNA every year. The best SNA was Nicola, because Nicola, I don't think if it were for her, I would be as advanced or as passionate about math as I am now. She got me actually being curious about math. Not just, I am good at it, therefore I must continue to pursue it. It was, hey, math is pretty cool. And I ran with it. It was great.
She encouraged you.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question? I know Sophie amazingly took over this interview, but can I ask you a question?
Whoops.
You transitioned to secondary school, and it's as if somebody flipped a switch. You went from having meltdowns to not. It's like you got a completely different behavior when you went into secondary school. What changed for you?
Firstly, you were going to say a different person, weren't you?
I was, but that was wrong because you weren't a different person, but your behavior changed.
I wasn't even in his secondary school.
It's because of that letter that person sent me that one time. I wanted to completely change how I behaved because I thought that I'd be able to actually make some friends if I did.
Somebody wrote you a really nasty letter saying that they were forced to be your friend and that they never liked you and that impacted you.
Yeah, I was already going through a lot and that letter broke me. I spent the next few months trying to analyze exactly what was wrong with me, exactly how to fix it, and then be a better person in secondary school. Because I was a horrible, horrible person in my own head throughout all of primary school. I see everything that happened before I went to secondary school as almost being a different person.
Michael,
Yes.
what supports worked for you in secondary school and what supports didn't work?
In primary school, it felt like I was just an experiment, always being watched, something to take down notes on, something to be analyzed or to be controlled. I never really felt like I had the luxury of being myself. It's why I value that so much now. In secondary school, I was able to be more myself. I wasn't in the Autism unit, I was in the Solace. I was allowed to explore things without always being bogged down by people. There were no verbal warning charts. They emotionally supported me. I felt included in discussions about my own behavior. And they didn't treat my autism as though I was some kind of demon, some kind of stupid idiot person who should be pitied. They treated me like I was a person who had challenges and who would help me with those challenges. And that was a lot better.
Is there anything that you would like to share with people about your school experience that might help others?
I can't say anything about children who are currently going through sucky schools because they're just in a sucky situation and they're a child, they have no agency. Sorry. That's just life. But if you're a parent and the teachers are telling your child and you, oh, you're you're a little autistic person. Oh, they're horrible. They're little, they can't do anything in life. Or alienating them from other students, which can cause the students to alienate themselves from them as well. Or in any way just make your child feel like they are somehow less or somehow broken, then you should consider bring them to a different school, because that's gonna mess them up.
Anything you would like to add, Sophie?
They're like, since you mentioned the whole stimming thing,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, I was kind of like rocking a little towards the end, and then my legs started going. I'm just like,
It's contagious.
yeah.
Oh no! Embrace the autism.
How does that make you
Sophie's like,
feel, Michael?
I was raised by you. You find this stuff fascinating, because my first thought was, hey, copying behavior is a sign that A, the behavior was normalized, and B, it's something neutral, and when a behavior is mirrored in that way, it shows camaraderie. And I was like, hey, you see swimming is normal. It's proof, it's not just words. Yay!
Is there anything else you want to say?
I am slowly and painfully trying to unravel the mystery that is myself. I already understand myself relatively well. And one of the things that's my top priority is being able to trust the words and love that people give me. I don't tend to trust people's words much because I was lied to, and because of what my both children and adults said to me in primary school. And it may seem like an insurmountable task to be able to do that again, especially if it happened early in childhood, but I am learning.
Do you feel that all of this is a result of trauma, or do you believe that it is a combination of trauma and autism, or do you attribute it to autism?
It's a combination of trauma and autism, but the autism thing, I can tell when it's which is which.
Do you feel hopeful?
Hopeful and mournful.
That's fair. Thank you for sharing all your thoughts and feelings with the world. I really think you're going to help a lot of people, and we, your family unit, love you.
I love you too.
That was the worst.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
You
It's
You look
hard.
so mad.
That's
I
the
love you too.
most disingenuous. No.
It's hard.
Aww.
It's hard.
Well, thank you guys so much for your sharing your experiences. Would you like to sign out? Somebody needs to say, well, thanks for watching, and we'll chat to you
Okay,
soon.
thanks for watching. We'll chat to you soon. Sophie's here for emotional support because this is a very hard topic for me. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. For a minute, look at the camera, it's crooked.
Pop indeed.
Just a little.
There we go. I just pop him.
Sorry.
So we just look at him and go,
It doesn't matter.
hi, I'm Miranda.
Hi, we already did this.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I wasn't supposed to be in this one.
Right. These are my children, and there's not enough room on this sofa.
I was considering it.
He went to lean forward as if to get into it.
Yeah.